Hi, my name is Blake Watson. Today I'll be talking to y'all about seminar. Just real quick, some things I'm not going to talk about are things like don't piss off Sanchez, or do your homework on time, or don't ask dumb questions, because yes, those do exist. I'm going to talk to you about what I wish I had known in terms of the actual work in this class. First thing, don't be lazy. This goes for writing and doing work. Do not waste your time in class. This is going to be extremely easy to do, and you will likely waste the majority of the time you're given in class, especially if you have friends in that class. Don't do it. Ignore your friends for at least part of the time or until you finish your essay. Every time we had an essay due, everybody I knew, including me, was working feverishly on it the week before or even the day before it was due, even though we had weeks to work on it in class. Finish it in class, you'll thank yourself later. If you use your time wisely, there is no reason to have any homework for this class. And don't be lazy with your writing either. In the wise words of Miss Soda every 2 seconds, drive the bus. I might be the only one with this issue, but I struggled throughout the year with writing in a different style than I'm used to. And by struggled, I mean ignored my issues until quite literally the day before the last essay was due. Instead of the prose-heavy style I was used to, I had to actually support my claims. Make sure that you learn how to write in the seminar style really quickly, or else it will come back to haunt you. Next thing, use every resource you have. I'm not going to tell you to go to the Purdue OWL, because if you can't cite by about 2 months into this class, you might have some problems. Hint, EasyBib works great. You just have to check it to make sure it did everything right. That means checking against Purdue OWL and adding a date of access. What is important is that you use all your other resources that are available. While you haven't learned about these yet, Gale and JSTOR are great resources for finding articles. And when you're just looking for basic sources, Google Scholar really isn't that bad. Other side note, if you find an article but you don't have access to it, Google it in Google Scholar. You can often download it free straight from there. But use all your sources, including your classmates and research kids. They have done everything you have done, so don't be afraid to ask them for help or to look over a paper. Lastly, use this class as a way to learn how to write effectively. While this style of writing is not going to help everybody in their future career, learning how to write is an important skill for life, and this class can really help with that. So instead of procrastinating every essay until the last minute, use your time wisely and use it as a way to learn how to write effectively. Take feedback from everyone you can and learn how to write well early on. It will help you a ton. Next thing, essay revision. Make sure that you have people read over your essays before you turn it in. It can seem super easy for you to skim over your essay and assume that it is perfect in every way. Don't trust that. Everybody has a tendency to overlook mistakes in their own writing, and chances are you're not going to catch them. Have someone look over it, whether it be a research kid, another kid in your class, your parents, or even a teacher. This step is crucial. There were far too many essays that I read just before they were turned in that had a ton of basic grammar errors. Don't let your essay be the one that has tons of errors that could be easily fixed. Swallow your pride and have somebody help you. Group projects. A lot of people hate them, a lot of people love them. Regardless of what side you're on, you're going to have quite a few of these in this class. The good news is that the majority of the students in your class are not going to be the slacker type. The bad news is that despite this, you'll probably end up wasting a lot of time in your group meetings. It is going to seem really tempting to pick friends for your project, but I'm going to tell you this. Unless you know for a fact that all of you can work without messing around, avoid this at all costs. My group meetings, while enjoyable, were often unproductive. This is fine, but overall, try to choose someone that you are not close friends with so you can actually get stuff done. On our first TMP, it's a group presentation, I had a group of people that I knew but was not close friends with. We were way more productive than the groups I had later in the year. This is probably my favorite assignment just because of the sort of forced collaboration that you have with your classmates. It got everybody out of their comfort zones, and that's a good thing. But choose a good group, and those TMPs are going to be way better for you. On that note, choose a place to meet that you can actually work at. It never seems like a great idea until you get distracted by getting food, getting drinks, and eating, and before you know it, suddenly an hour passed, and you're staring at empty Google Slides. Other than that, don't forget to not share your papers with Leo Wang, don't always trust turned in, ignore the pompous asshole that is Henry David Thoreau, and don't get too thrown off by Sanchez's aggressive hmms from the office when he's grading your essays. Thanks for watching, have a great year in seminar.